Well, it seems that Katie is gone and I am the only one left. So I will be your only anchor for...
That's what you think, Lane. Hello, I'm Caleb Rutledge, Lane's new co-anchor for Kwsb News.
Let's start with the changes in the high school.
Changes!
In the high school?
Me and Adam are going to go check it out. Miss James, what is the new building about that we're adding onto Willow Springs High School?
Well, Darby, our school board is exploring the possibility of putting addition onto our high school. It would actually be a 2-story addition going out the hallway by Coach Lee and Mr. McGarry's rooms. The bottom floor would provide 4 new classrooms for the high school, and the top floor would provide 4 new classrooms for the middle school. And that space is very much needed because we have at least 2 teachers right now that are mobile. They don't have classrooms of their own. And we have about 4 teachers that are using very, very tiny spaces that they need bigger classroom space. So we're hoping that the bids come in that are acceptable so that we can move forward with this construction. And if it all works out, maybe we'll have new classrooms for our high school by next fall.
All right, so we're splitting it with the middle school and the high school?
Uh-huh.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
We're here with Byron Stewart, and I wanted to ask you about the Google Docs for the students this year.
Yeah, sure. The system we've incorporated this year in the school district is one that where we wanted to get away from using the server space that we currently have in the district to save up money, but also to give a lot of ease for the teachers and students to collaborate on the cloud-based, meaning out there in the internet and things like that. So that's what we did was, this staff has actually been on Google Apps now for about 6 years, but this year we chose to go ahead and migrate the students to that same platform, and that way they can communicate and collaborate more efficiently, and I think it'll really help. It'll save money and paper, different things like that. Students will have the option of working on papers and presentations and PowerPoints at home as well as here at school. So it really gives them the option to work on their assignments anywhere in the world, whether it be on their smartphones if they have those, things like that. So I think it's a good system, and we're just taking our time with it, but we're jumping on board.
Okay, well, thank you.
No problem.
And for KWSB News, I'm Adam Carter.
And I'm Darby Hines.
Thanks, Darby and Adam.
Well, Lane, it seems like there's a new crowd of freshmen this year, just like every year. But I wonder how they're adapting to high school life. Let's go ask them.
Let's go talk to some of the incoming freshmen about their expectations for this high school year. How's the transition from middle school to high school?
Well, coming from 8th grade going to high school, it was kind of hard at first trying to figure out where all the classes is. It's quite a bit bigger of a building. You usually, in 8th grade, you only have one hall, and in high school there's like several different halls you can go. You can have a class, and then it takes a while to figure it out.
And what are your expectations for the rest of the school year?
Keep my grades up, mainly, and then try my hardest in my sports. I play softball, and to do my best.
Thank you.
It's pretty different. High school's pretty crowded. Classes are different. Other than that, it's about the same.
And what are your expectations for the rest of this year?
Just to try and get good grades, have a lot of fun, meet some new friends.
Sounds good. Thank you.
It's like I expected. I'm not surprised.
And what are your expectations for the rest of this school year?
I'm just gonna go through it. I'm not gonna do anything major. I'm just gonna do my work. I'm gonna try to get A's this year, actually.
Good goals.
It's different.
Different how?
Well, the teachers expect more things of you.
And what are your expectations for the rest of this year?
I think it'll be pretty easy.
Thank you.
There's our freshman focus.
For KWSB, I'm Caitlin Douglas.
And I'm Joshua Perkins.
Stay classy, Willow Springs.
Moving from one end of the spectrum to the other, let's go to the Senior Spotlight.
Let's go see what the seniors have to say in this week's Senior Spotlight.
What advice would you give to the freshman class?
I would just tell them to not be as mouthy as I was, because, I got in a lot of trouble, and just, do your homework and don't do bad things.
I gotta say, be safe, have a lot of fun in high school. Like you said, do your homework, it's a big deal. You'll get in a lot of trouble for that. It's kind of my problem. I would give the freshman class the advice of not walking into the wrong classroom like I did. Kind of embarrassing. Yeah.
I would give advice for them to do the best they could in school and get the best grades they can, because then they don't have to redo classes, and their senior year then they will be able to have whatever classes they want.
What is your favorite year in high school and why?
My favorite year in high school was my junior year, so I get to move here with all my favorite friends I have. Speaking of this guy right here.
Yep. But me, my favorite year was also junior year. I got to hang out with my friends all the time and got to start driving. It was really awesome.
My favorite high school year was probably freshman year because I got to meet all the cool seniors and juniors, and they kind of influenced me.
Probably my sophomore year, because I went to school. I didn't go here, but I went to school and I enjoyed going there.
Who is your role model?
Alright, my favorite role model has to be Steven Jackson because, I really like him. I got a big man crush for him. He's been on my favorite football team for like 10 years. He's just really awesome. What about you, Frank?
Well, if we're going man crushes, I'm thinking like Adam Levine. Adam Levine is sexy with a lot of tattoos, and he has a good voice. I'm sorry, Maroon 5 is my favorite band, besides Daft Punk. My favorite person is probably Caleb Douglas because he's so attractive with his hair and body and stuff.
Probably my foster parents, because they tried to do the best for me, and they always, want me to do my best, and they encourage me to do my best.
It's always nice to get a perspective from the top.
It sure is, Lane. Let's go to Justin now for student council information.
Let's go see what the student council is doing. So, Mr. Knapp, what's your expectations of student council this year?
This year, I already have high expectations for student council because I asked for help. I've only had student council for a few days. I asked for help, and everybody volunteered to help, and that never happens. So I'm pretty excited about that. We got some good stuff coming up. We're getting ready to have a meeting about homecoming, and we're going to decide all that good stuff. By the time this airs, we will already know homecoming theme, and I know we've got a lot of creative people. The junior and senior classes, which are always the leaders, are coming up with some people who really know what they're doing. So pretty excited about that. We're going to have a great homecoming, great hoop queen. Who knows what else? They may come up with some creative things that we can do throughout the year in addition to those things. I'm game for anything, so whatever they feel like doing, we'll make it happen. So yeah, it'll be an exciting year. I'm thrilled.
Looking forward to it.
Right on!
Well, there you have it. I'm Justin Grogan for KWSB News.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Justin.
It's time to head over to Willow Springs High School Sports with Courtney and Caleb. Hello, I'm Caleb Rutledge.
And I'm Courtney Dale.
And this is KWSB Sports.
Fall sports are starting up.
Let's go check out interviews with the coaches.
So, Coach Wagner, what do you think will be the biggest changes from last cross-country season and this season?
Well, one of our biggest changes is the fact that everybody returns this year, which isn't really that big of a change, but it's just the fact that we have so much more experience than what we had last year, and I think that's going to pay off for us this season. We're looking at having a great season, and everybody's worked hard toward that.
What meets will you be competing in this season?
We have several big meets that we're going to be in. Our meet on September 12th is going to be a huge one. We have 29 schools that were there last year, expecting about the same number this year. The big one that we have that we're going to have about mid-season is the Hancock Invitational up in St. Louis. It's pretty much a simulated state meet, and so we do about the same things that we do in preparation for that for the state meet for Hancock.
Well, good luck, Coach Wagner. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Coach Winehouse, what do you think the biggest changes will be from last season to this season?
Well, I think with every new season, you want to start fresh, and you have a new team and building a different culture, a different type of environment. And I think our kids have done a really nice job so far of building a positive culture and environment to where we can work hard and get better every day.
Okay. So, how do you think the season will play out?
I'm really excited for this season to get going. I look for us to be very competitive amongst the conference and especially in our district. And every night we come out on the field, we have an opportunity to play well.
Okay. I know you've got a lot of freshmen coming up. What do you think will be the greatest weaknesses and biggest strengths?
I think the transition from YMCA ball to high school fast pitch will be the toughest part on the freshmen. But with saying that, they're doing a nice job of responding to the challenges and expectations that we put in front of them.
So, Coach Rhodes, the girls' tennis program is obviously very young this year. How do you think that'll play out this season?
Well, it's going to play out pretty good. We picked up 5 sophomores who are very competitive. They've got good court sense, good practice habits. So they're coming out and they're picking up the sport very, very quickly.
Okay. What do you think will be the biggest difficulty about the youngness of this team?
Well, of course, we've got 4 freshmen coming on. One freshman, Morgan Hogsett, has hit tennis balls before, so she's up to speed. Everybody else is just playing catch-up, really. But that's fine. I'd rather have players come on who've never played anything before and don't have any bad habits. So we like to break them in our way.
And you have one senior and one junior. Do you think that they'll fill in for the leadership that will be needed on this team?
Oh, they already have. Even in practice, everything we do, Anina and Katie are just awesome. They're awesome hitters. They've got a great attitude. They love the sport. The tennis court is their comfort zone. When they're out here, it's just lovely to watch them play.
Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
So, Coach Jackson, how's the season looking for so far?
So far, it's looking pretty good. The girls have been working extremely hard. We've kind of gone from what we've done in the summer, and it's kind of continued on into the season. We've kind of sort of stepped it up a little bit this year. We're looking forward to the Jamboree tonight. We've been practicing against each other, so it's kind of sort of hard to tell where we're at and what we need to work on and everything, so we're looking forward to that tonight.
What are your expectations for the Jamboree?
Well, Mountain View's going to be there, Houston, Kabul, so we have some teams that we've competed against that's in our conference that's going to be tough for us. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it to see exactly what we need to work on, what we need to do, how good our defense is, what we need to do offensively. We've been hitting those fundamentals hard, so we're anxious to see it, put them in a game situation.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
How's the season looking so far?
Well, we are in the middle of our last week of preparation for the first game versus Reed Springs, and I feel like we have got to where we expected to be at this point. We've got a lot of seniors, and I think we're ready to go.
What are your expectations for tonight?
I expect to stay healthy, to compete, and to go out and show people that it's our year.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Looks like we have a great sports season coming up.
Come out and support your Willow Springs High School Bears. I'm Caleb Rutledge.
And I'm Courtney Dale. We
switch balls. Thanks, Courtney and Caleb.
Well, that seems to be it for your first KWSB of the year 2013/14.
I'm your anchor, Caleb Rutledge.
And I'm your anchor, Lane Carter.
Good night and good news.
Your 2013-2014 homecoming court is freshman Kelsey Walton, sophomore Kirsten Douglas, junior Taylor Brook, and our senior candidates for homecoming queen this year are Carrie Agnatowski, Anina Frimgen, and Whitney Wake. Congratulations, ladies! And good luck to all the seniors.